Capricorn, I don't know if I should make this a general message, but it is for real time to do your reading. I think I'm going to make this a general message, Capricorn, and I'm going to give you a different one. Over the last week or so, maybe 2 weeks, I don't know if you've noticed the style of my reading has been very racial, multicultural. And one thing I've been doing is I have been proactive and going into studio and making my my readings bilingual so that people of other origins also get the opportunity if they need that message. And that is one of the predominant issues that have dated back in early time that Christ dealt with. And even today when I did my prayer work before this reading, it was just talking about these qualities have to be in a leader. You have to discern them when choosing a leader, an apostle, a coach, or a disciple. It is necessary to include all ethnic groups. It's also necessary to understand and be careful when speaking to all groups and understand how they receive messages. You know, the challenges there, the language barriers, the cultural barriers. So it's been like the theme lately, and it's a very hard topic, but it must be discussed, and the coach, disciple, or apostle must be willing to address those issues, be open and honest about it, because the idea of any effective leader is to include everyone. Everyone. It's been a problem even when Jesus walked the earth. It was a problem. That segregation was there then. That was the reason he got primate. I'm starting to get nervous. I'm not used to the space editing. I feel like the Step Brothers meme where he sung. Anyway, never mind. That was a problem then. That was primarily the reason why Jesus was arrested the times he was, because it was segregated. And in the United States, it's still a challenge, but this is a melting pot of people, and any effective leader has to understand who they're talking to. They're talking to a variety of different ethnicities. And if you can't include all people, then you don't belong as a leader. It is a hard topic, but you have to be open, honest. You have to be able to give advice. You have to be able to give examples. And you have to be willing to fail and realize you don't have all the answers. You have to be willing to admit when you're wrong about stuff. You have to be responsible, accountable, you know. Not responsible, well, responsible, but you need to be responsible, you know. Mentoring was big in the Bible. That's why in a lot of my readings here lately, it's like, man, a lot of the times I see stuff being mimicked, and I consider it a compliment. I really do. For whatever reason, I keep getting they give me a lot of Paul references. Paul was once Saul. And if anybody knows the history behind Saul, before he became Paul, okay? Okay. So Paul made it his mission to unite folks of different ethnic backgrounds. That was the goal of the church, to preach one message. At any rate, not to get too religious here, but I think we're all here for the same reasons. And if not, hopefully you'll choose to stick around, okay? At any rate, we're going to pull some cards on it, because these are very hard topics. It's a hard topic for me, but But it's necessary, and that's what we're going to do. This is, you know, you want to be an effective leader. You got to go down these uncomfortable topics. That's been going on forever, Knight of Pentacles with the Chariot. This has been going on forever. And it's just, even in the 21st century, is still a problem. Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of people grieving, like, there's a lot of people feeling left out. You know, I am a different type of style reader. I'm very different. And I'll be the first to admit I don't know it all. I have my own judgments, and I have failed. I have failed a lot. I have been judgmental of others, and I have found myself coming up short. So believe me, I know what I'm talking about. Especially when they were talking about being responsible. As a tarot reader, you are responsible for what you publish. There's people out there going through very, very hard times. They turn to tarot for answers. You have to be responsible for the things that you're publishing. Especially doing tarot. I don't know if y'all know or not, we serve a very jealous God. That talks about the peaks and valleys of life. 9 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. 1 minute you're on top, next minute you're on the bottom. And that's just the way it is with everybody. We all have our moments where we don't want for nothing. Things are good financially. And then the next thing you know, you're rich 1 minute and poor the next. It happens to the best of us. Yeah. It was talking a lot about what I was reading today. Those that have money and hoarding it. Hoarding money. Not sharing it. Or knowledge. Hoarding knowledge, money, talents, skills. Think long and hard here. Yeah. Page of Pentacles, the Hermit. There's someone here, most likely, I don't know if you're single or your mind's just on your money. Capricorn, that's a very common trait with you. But there was something I read with the 10 of Pentacles. It's like once you've reached the 10 of Pentacles, you don't really want for much. So when you start looking around at all that stuff you have and you realize you ain't played tennis for a while, pass that on. Give somebody else that racket. I would be doing y'all a disservice not to speak on these topics. 5 of Pentacles with the Hermit. There's people out here living way beyond their means that appear to have it all. Honey, they don't. Can I tell you that? That the person that's living in a $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 house, you don't realize their ass out. They're broke. My mother used to call it house poor or car poor. It doesn't matter who you are. If you make 100 grand, you're gonna live like you make 200 grand. And you're never really gonna be satisfied with material things. Think long and hard about all this. Somebody's thinking a little bit too much about money. At the end of the day, money really doesn't mean a lot. What are you doing to change your children's lives in the future? Knight of Wands, yeah, okay. Let's just get into it. That's my spiel. I rambled for a little bit. This is obviously about somebody's money. Listen, somebody out here, I don't know if you're younger, you most likely are, and this was in what I read today too. Being able to talk to various different cultural groups and age groups. When we're younger, we tend to go through money very quickly, like it grows on trees. The ant and the grasshopper, Yeah, like I don't have a care in the world. King of Wands. Like I don't have a care in the world. I don't have a care in the world. And you really think that you are the King of Wands. Like I do anything. Everybody knows I'm crazy. And you might behave this way well into your 30s or 40s. And then you have the Knight of Wands. This is exactly what I was talking about. The ant and the grasshopper. You have the dude that does take his time because he realizes, like, I have to work hard to prepare for the winter. And then you have this other guy who was just like, ha ha ha, sucker, I'm in a car and you're on a horse. It was the story of the ant and the grasshopper. He's in a fast car, got somebody else driving. This dude's on a horse taking his time. Like, well, see, there's work here to do. Knight of Pentacles, and I value quality over quantity. And this dude's here like, man, say less, because you got them little 4 apples right here. I can do 4,000 in here. You know, there's something. Somebody here is dealing with a quality issue, is what I'm saying. That's how it feels. I feel like I'm dealing with a quality issue. Maybe it's quality and content of material, or it's your work, but that's what we're going to get into, boss. Okay. I'm going to make this a Capricorn reading. I kind of struggled for a second if I was going to go general Capricorn, but I'm going Capricorn with it. Queen of Pentacles, hell yeah. Queen of Pentacles with the King of Wands. I could be dealing with a lady here. Ma'am, lady, you're mature and you have assets. And you know what it is to work hard and play hard. But mostly work hard. You're very practical, you're down to earth, you're easy to talk to, you're approachable. But you might have a thing for like the bad boy or something. You know, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're just thinking about, how can I improve business and make this faster? You know, especially if you're doing it too slowly, like, man, it's time to upgrade. I need to upgrade software. You know, there's better ways of doing things to get there faster. I would caution you there. I really would. In my opinion, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Now, if you see somebody being successful over a long period of time, sure. But be careful of fast money. That's how it feels. Be careful of fast money. Judgment on the King of Wands. That's what I just told you. Be careful. Because, see, there's something here about this dude who keeps coming up in the judgment that he's using. You need to proceed with caution. Because however someone's out here making money fast, and they do look like they having fun, and man, everything's awesome, and the money comes fast, there's a lot of judgment around it. Now, I don't, you know, that could be like court issues or something, you know, somebody really not reading the fine print, not realizing the side effects or consequences of fast money, you know. Everything has a downside. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And that's how it feels. Yeah, Queen of Wands. Ooh. Queen of Wands, King of Wands, huh? I got a little Bonnie and Clyde action going here. It's very alluring, physically alluring. Physically, these people look very confident. Very strong, very confident, very alpha. But what I also has the potential here is a power struggle. And I see that a lot right now, where there's this power struggle of identity everywhere. Very predominantly in the United States, where men are behaving more like women and women are behaving more like men. If you noticed in those cards, there was a woman in the gym bench pressing, and there was a man there with a rainbow beard. You pick up what I'm putting down? I've seen this a lot lately. Women going to jail and stuff, huh? I'm also seeing very predominantly in the United States, I'm seeing these very confident women come across as damsel in distress. Help me, save me. because they know that they have the body and the looks to pull this off. Help me, save me. Yeah. There's a couple different scenarios there. Empress, there we go. Empress, Queen of Wands, until they met you or someone here. This could also be talking about she get it from her mama. This could also be talking about someone behaving like their DNA. You know, the mother was like that too. She was a damsel in distress too. But if you really want to be an Empress, you need to be able to encompass all 4 queens. All 4. Not just the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. Both of them are great. Sexy and rich, say word, but you have to be able to encompass the other 2 if you want to be the Empress. Because she's all 4 queens in one. Grounded. Yeah, see, the Empress wins out here because she understands humility, the struggle of others. You got to be able to be relatable and accountable for what you put out there, and rest easy at night knowing that you told the truth, you gave to the best of your ability, and that you can take advice and leave room to fail. That you can be guided, that you can be mentored. Strength. I've been seeing this a lot in your reading so far. Strength card. It refers to discipline. You know, how much discipline and commitment are you going to put up in this? Are you going to put up a bunch of can you commit? Are you going to have enough discipline to be able to do this? That's what it requires. Discipline, accountability, time. You gotta be able to make time for this stuff. You gotta be willing to commit. Reversal, yeah. Yeah, somebody out here is losing, you're losing money fast. Somebody out here is losing money fast. The money part has come to a halt. So what happens? Are you gonna be strong enough to withstand a storm? It's the ant and the grasshopper. Are you going to be strong enough to withstand a storm and understand that not every day is going to be window shopping? I mean, you're going to be window shopping at some point. Not every day is going to be great. Do you have the discipline to stick it out through hard times is what I'm saying. Because you have to be able to win, you have to be able to accept loss. You don't win them all. Especially if I'm talking to somebody who's trying to start a business. You may feel like you have done everything right. I had the commitment, I had the funds, I had the discipline, and it still might fail. You still might go broke. You're eating good one day and then something happens, maybe the pandemic or something, and it's like, man, all that just came to a halt. What I'm also seeing here is someone is greedy, not sharing their inside success stories. Like if you trying to put somebody else on, this is somebody who wouldn't share how they came up because of fear that somebody else would win. I want to be on top, so I'm not going to share my knowledge on how I got where I am. I want to hold all my knowledge to myself. I'm keeping all my stuff. My stuff ain't free. Yeah. See, anybody that's called to my line of work, you realize that what you put out comes back. And I got it from my grandma. My grandma was very loving and kind, a giver. She was definitely a giver. Sometimes, in my opinion, to her demise, but a giver nonetheless. Loved giving, loved. Had some of the best Christmases over there. Too many. Some of y'all need to be strong here and not give away too much, you know? Know your strengths and your weaknesses, basically. Because I have a couple different scenarios. At first, I saw a damsel in distress, and then I'm seeing somebody who's a little bit struggling with identity, you know. It feels very one way or another. The issue here is balance, and trying to balance the scale out, balance the ego out. Can you take spiritual advice? The Empress. Because this is where we're trying to go. We're trying to become the Empress. Okay, you have to understand that. So I had 2 queens so far. So somebody has the sexy part and the confidence part down. You got the money and the sex appeal. But you're still going to need like the Queen of Swords. You're still going to need the Queen of Cups. So what am I talking about? The Queen of Swords would be your knowledge and your heart space. Whoever I'm speaking, you have some great qualities. Sir or ma'am, you have some great qualities. You are definitely on your way to becoming the Empress. Absolutely. But here's what's hanging you up. This is why you're losing. Because someone here, in my opinion, feels like they're kind of ball hogging. They're ball hogging. If this was basketball, you're ball hogging. You don't want to be outshined. Because there could be someone here that's a threat. Well, this Empress is a threat. There was like 12 apostles and a lot of, I don't know how many disciples. And then you had a bunch of coaches and pastors and preachers. Three of Swords. You have to know your strengths and your weaknesses. That's what the Three of Swords is. Your weakness. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Where are you lacking? Right now, what I'm seeing from what I've seen so far, we're lacking knowledge. Like, are we keeping up to date? Are we including everybody? Because I definitely have a ball hog here. And are we being loving enough? That's what I'm seeing. Is someone really doing the work? Meaning, like, are you really doing the work? Is your heart really in it? Because if it's not, you're going to fail. That means going back to school, keeping up on the subject at hand, using your heart, Ace of Cups. Is your heart in it? Are you really going to be committed to this? Otherwise, plan to fail. Plan to fail. Fail to plan, plan to fail. So that's really what it comes down to, is just knowing your strengths and your weaknesses. Where am I lacking? Am I showing enough love out here in these streets? Am I a ball hog? Am I really knowledgeable about what I'm putting out there to people? Now, someone here is on the right track, but it feels like you just need a little help. Okay? So, I guess that's what we're talking about, Page of Cups. It could be about how you communicate with others. There's a communication problem here. That's what I'm saying. With the Swords and the Cups, and we talked about this. I said, whoever I'm talking to, you have the Pentacle part down, you have the Wand part down. You're sexy, and you got the money part. But what I'm seeing, there is a lack of overall knowledge, and there is a lack of communication from the heart space. That's what I'm seeing, is Nine of Pentacles. When you reach the 10th Pentacle, you have to be, the Empress would be the 10th Pentacle. She understands the more she shares her knowledge, her experience, the more that she shares, period. The more that she builds others up, the more knowledge she can give, the more love she can show, because she's been in those situations where she was discriminated against. She's been in situations where she didn't have nothing. One day she had it, the next day she didn't. She's been in situations where she lost her confidence. She's been in situations where she didn't feel loved or didn't give love. And this is her experience. When you get to that 10th pentacle, that's when you start sharing. With the 3 of Swords, I feel like there's someone here struggling in that arena because somebody's here heart was broke bad. You're dealing with a broken heart. We don't like talking about things that make us uncomfortable, do we? So we would rather just focus on the money and building ourselves up. Yeah. And it's like, man, I was strong and it got me nowhere. I shared the ball. I shared my money. It didn't get me nowhere. But like how it got my mama or her mama or whatever. We need to talk about this. We need to talk about somebody's money. It seems very focused around sexiness and money. And this desire to become the Empress. And I really want you to. I want you to have humility and share your knowledge and have life experiences. But you have to be prepared to commit and take advice. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles. I really wholeheartedly feel like somebody here, if I'm talking about matters of business or matters of the heart, things were going well. Things were going well. But then there was this interference in a relationship, whether that be at work or personal. Business or personal interference. It's possibly affected your line of work. Or maybe work affected your relationship. Or you somehow intermix the two. But this is the area that we need to work on. It's these 2 things. It's the heart space and the knowledge part. Someone's having a struggle with their heart space and knowledge. And with the Strength card, it's hard to get through you. It's like I'm talking to a brick wall. Somebody also feels like they know everything. I could be talking to somebody who's going to tell me I'm already an Empress. I'm already all those things. Baby, I'm here to tell you you're not. Because the minute you stop taking advice, the minute you can no longer learn anything, is the minute that you fail. Because learning is ongoing process. There's different stages to life. Knight of Pentacles. We talked about this, the ant and the grasshopper. It's work in progress. 8 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. This is called work in progress. Communication is always going to be a skill that can be developed, especially when dealing with others and having a hard time getting through. If it's because I'm dealing with homosexuality, heterosexuality, multiculturals, people who come from all walks of life. The goal was to preach one message. And anybody out here that's not doing it, they're not doing you any favors. And I get it. It's nice sometimes to listen to a trash reader. It's like watching Jerry Springer or Steve Wilkos. But what are you really gaining from it? It's junk food for the mind. Seven of Pentacles. This is very much around money. You have 7, 8, 9. In the future, here's what I can tell you. Someone here is building their wealth, but they're becoming, I see someone with a very strong potential to become all 4 queens. I do feel like I'm talking to a woman. If not, because I don't want to not include gender, I could be talking about a woman or a man. The Empress was just more prone to be, or I could be talking to homosexual person. You know, you identify differently, because it seems lately that there's been a problem with the identity. Who am I? Someone here has worked really hard, and they're quick to talk about all the work that they've put in, and that's why this person has kind of grown greedy, and if not, complacent, or both. I see complacency here. Someone could be complacent, and that's why we're no longer growing into who we need to be. I do see something here. I want to get more information on this Three of Swords, because that's my issue right now, is I'm hitting a block wall with you. Because in the future, I just see somebody with a whole lot of money and the potential for spoiled fruit. You do know that you can't take none of that with you, right? You have more than enough. Someone in the future, I see them having more than enough help, more than enough money. I see there's some type of work, something to do with work and invitation on work. And someone here feeling quite complacent, like not further developing their skill set. You know, not for nothing, a know-it-all. This is somebody with presumptions, judging a book by its cover. I mean, I'll get more info on it, but that's what I'm seeing, and that seems to be the topic of discussion. And in what I read today, it said every good spiritual leader has to be willing, open, and honest when it comes to this subject. I will tell you, when we first started this week's message, I guess, I don't know, because it seems like it just never ends. I'm just keep on speaking on it. This is a very critical moment when deciding a person on YouTube to watch, especially in Tarotland. What are you gaining from watching it? Is it junk food for you, or are you really gaining knowledge from it? I mean, I'm guilty of it. I like some junk food readers too. Where are we at with time? 23 minutes. I know this probably wasn't the message that you wanted, especially if you were looking for junk food. I also see somebody here just telling me that they did everything right, but no matter how hard they try, they're spinning wheels. Like, talk to me, man. What do I need to do? How do I get here? I'm hearing what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I have the commitment. I have the accountability. I'm willing to learn. But no matter what I do, I keep getting hung up. I'm here for work every day. I'm not making any forward movement. It feels like this is very slow. No matter what I do, I'm not reaching this level of success that I so desperately want. And not for nothing, there's somebody here. I know that your intentions are right, because you're telling me my heart space is pure. I really want to be this Empress. I want to encompass the energy of all four queens. I want to have my cup. I want my cup to runneth over. I want to be able to lend and not borrow. But you're just looking around and it's like, man, yes, I got just enough. This is somebody looking around like I got just enough, you know? Swords backwards in the deck. Yeah, this was a very popular energy in this. What tried to pop for you just now was the Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, and I saw it in the other deck. Yeah. Then what's going on with your heart space? There's somebody here that's going to have to consider something going on with the heart and how you love. This could be, I don't know, interracial, multicultural, I'm not sure. Like, I've put in a lot of work. I feel like I'm doing everything right, but I'm hitting a brick wall. This is what I was talking about, this damsel in distress. It came out, that's the second, third time. Help me get out of this, man. I see this as a challenge for you. I do. And Capricorn, I'm going to try to guide you through this, man. I see that your heart space is 110% open to receive. But not for nothing, you really are up against it. And I see where somebody here has tried everything. Like with the Magician, no matter what I do, Magician on an Empress, that means I have all the tools I need to succeed. I've got all the love, all the knowledge, all the money, all the skill and spiritual support to do this, and I'm not getting anywhere. No matter what I do, I'm up against it. That's why I'm here in Tarot Land watching you. Okay, girl or guy. The reason I don't want to make this gender specific, because the other day I mentioned my analytics and I said, you know, I tend to be about 50-50, but other times I go 60-40, predominantly women. When I no sooner I said that, you have to understand, you got to be willing to fail and admit when you're wrong. No sooner I said that, when I was done the reading, I looked at the analytics, I was wrong. It was 60% men, 40% women at the time. So I know I have a lot of men here watching. I could have some people here struggling with mommy issues. I could have a gentleman here just hitting his head up against a wall, dealing with a woman's heart that he didn't break. And no matter what I do, I can't get through to her. It's just been delay after delay, delay after delay after delay. And somebody here putting someone else up on a pedestal, flourishing this person with gifts. What I don't like is the devil with the Six of Swords. I talked about this advice that people are receiving out in Tarot Land from fortune tellers. And the way that you have to use discretion when you're dealing with different people out in Tarot Land. Is it junk food? Because a lot of y'all are eating junk food. The Six of Swords is my spirit guide card with the devil. This is spiritual junk food. The Wheel of Fortune, they paint you in a very good light, and whoever your op is or your opposition, it's the interfering energy, okay? They're painting the interfering energy as the bad guy. And they're very judgmental about it. And then they paint the opposite person, meaning you, as the smartest woman in the tarot, and you're right on the money. Your judgment is right about this person. Yeah, they describe someone as very young and naive and childish. Yeah. Think long and hard about, especially if I'm talking to a man, think long and hard about a father's love, meaning the Father, God. Think long and hard about that. Someone here has some soul searching to do, because this especially comes into importance when you're dealing with your children, if you have a daughter, or vice versa, if I'm talking to a woman who has a son. You need to think long and hard about what you're teaching your children, because Page of Cups is kids. Someone's kind of teaching, they're stunting a lot of kids' growth here. This is what I was talking about when being accountable as a tarot reader or anybody in a spiritual line of work. You have to be accountable. You will lead people down the wrong road. You will delay their success. You will delay their money. And they'll just keep talking to you and they're not getting anywhere. When that happens, there's a reason, because you've been eating spiritual junk food. At any rate, I didn't mean to, I digress, but they did want to touch further on it, so I did. Anything else? Be careful. Be careful. This could be, and I'm not trying to like steal any subscribers from other people. If you want the spiritual junk food and that's what you want to do, who am I to judge? Do it. But I don't think you do. You're here. You have to be mindful about this Empress energy that you seek. This, I have all the money. My cup runneth over. I lend and I don't borrow. There is a lot of lies being sold right now in tarot land about this illusion of how good the Empress has it. Let me tell you something. It's they're showing me the SNL Saturday, excuse me, I'll break the acronyms down. The Saturday Night Live skit. It's from very early on, but you could look it up. It's Fire Marshal Bill. Fire Marshal Bill was a fire marshal. In every skit, he is catching himself on fire. That was the whole skit. The Empress has problems. Best believe she does. I don't care how well you think this lady has it, that you're trying to aspire to be. Everybody has problems. This Empress in particular could have a problem being single, meaning she's been single forever. Maybe it's just been her and a kid. That's still a whole family. You know? But there's these illusions right now. I see women being the target. Women, primarily women, being the target and seeking advice. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm turning to spirituality. I'm turning to tarot. Understand there is an illusion around this Empress energy, because the issue I'm having is this 22 stuff, the hemming and the hawing. What action do I take? What do I need to focus on? Why is this an illusion? Why is this such a secret? There's like this big illusion and or secret about what action someone should take and what they need to focus on. It feels like somebody withholding information is what it feels like, and you're not going to get any far. You're not going to get very far withholding information and or withholding love. You get what I'm saying? If you find yourself that you've become complacent, you're spinning wheels, that's why. The minute you stop learning, the minute you stop showing love, the minute you start only focusing on the money, you fail. I know, I've done it. I have been this person with the heartbreak and had to be strong. And I had to go to work as a mama. And I had to nurture a child. Delaying myself, delaying my financial future. Because there is a problem opening up. There's a problem talking about it. Because it's like, what good does it do to talk about it? It ain't gonna help nothing. What you gonna do for me? It doesn't matter what I say. Are you gonna go to work for me? Are you gonna help me financially? It's hard because it's hard. Pick up your cross and walk. It ain't any easier for this girl that somebody is aspiring to be. It's they talked about it in what I just read, modeling behavior. I want to be just like her. Do you think her doesn't have problems? Listen, mo money, mo problems. Whoever this her is with all this money, there's stuff that you don't know. There's side effects of money. It would be like handing keys to a toddler too quick to go drive a car. There's a reason why something hasn't developed, especially if you're telling me I'm doing everything right. Baby, there's more to it than that. What action should I take? What should I focus on? Someone here is also thinking about what action to take with their money. You know, like if especially I see what they're telling me now with the 7 of Pentacles to the 9 of Pentacles. So the struggle right here, am I being ripped off if I do this? Because it's 7, you know, 7 plus 2 equals 9. You get what I'm saying? Am I being ripped off? What action do I take? Well, then I'll ask, okay? Is that what you're asking me? Like, I've been at this a long time, man, and I'm up against it. You don't understand. I have done it all right. I get it, man. I've been you before. I understand. With the 2 of Swords, 2, 2, 2. What is all this hemming and hawing about? I get it, because it's like, you have to understand, yes, I have a lot, but where you're at right now, if I deduct these 2, you're going to go to the 5 of Pentacles. But if I add these 2, you're going to be sitting quite comfortably as the 9 of Pentacles. I'll get to it, boss. We'll look at it. Can I get something on this? Sure. Baby, this Knight of Wands guy comes up. This night, whatever this is, somebody's really up in their head because they really want to jump. So what you're telling me is that you want to go from 7 to 9 and skip 8, which means you want to skip work. You want to sleep late, not go, or you want to do something, you know, something for nothing and a check's for free. But what you're telling me is that there's an issue here with morals. Because there's somebody here that's willing to, and this has come up for you before, I think. I don't know if it was you or someone else. But there's someone here, this Knight of Wands, which is a very younger energy, offering to help you right now, quick in a hurry. You can jump from 7 to 9, and you can be sitting quite pretty. But I can tell you something. If this Knight of Wands, who, for those who know me, I tend to describe him as a F-boy. What is an F-boy? That's somebody that comes for a good time, not a long time. This is somebody who's only there when things are good. They aren't around when things are bad. Their decisions seem very lighthearted and fun, but there's an issue with maturity with this young man, okay? And I have a whole Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, meaning, ma'am, you really have a thing, and I said this in the very early, I said, does somebody here have a thing for bad boys? You know, this is like when flirting with the devil, you know? There's an issue here behind the scenes, and someone is hesitant to do it, but yet they're very focused on it because it seems so alluring and sexual. And oh my gosh, this is, look at them. Like, yes, I want to look pretty and I want to have the money, you know, but there's something off with it. It's like sketch. Why does it have to be done in the dark then? You get what I'm saying? Why do you feel so uncomfortable about it? If you're feeling uncomfortable about it, or you feel like you don't understand for whatever reason, if it's a cultural barrier or a language barrier, there's a problem with understanding. They told me that off the gate. Now, I could have somebody here just not, I have dealt with people, and I have been one of these people. Don't want to ask too many questions because I don't want to appear stupid. I don't want to appear like I'm bothering anybody. I don't want to appear to look like a rookie. Whatever your whatever the reason for insecurity is, there's something about your spidey senses here that knows that all money isn't good money. And for whatever reason, you have some, okay? You do. You have some. You do. You've got money. I don't know if you have a lot, but I can tell you that you have a good harvest right now. You are sitting comfortable right now. But do I really want to put the work in to get to the 9? Because there's someone here giving someone an easy way out, but you need to keep your mouth shut. And it's like, man, I don't know if I should do this, you know, because someone here, there's someone here who's very sexual, very alluring, who could speed up the process for you. It's the ant and the grasshopper. Now, have you ever read the story of the ant and the grasshopper empress? About the one who worked all day and slaved to put food away for the winter? Again with this Knight of Pentacles, and again with this Knight of Wands. You got it right here. 9 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. It's coming up too many times. Empress. Empress, 9 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Again, you are under a lot of stress, especially if you are a feminine energy. You are feminine, or you identify as one, okay? But there's something here, this person who's coming in to seduce you. And I'm sorry, it does feel spiritual with the Hierophant card. All you got to do is a little bit. Just invest a little bit. I don't know if somebody here is being seduced by... Who are you being seduced by that's identifying themselves as a Hierophant? Meaning higher counsel. You mean, really? That's all I have to do? Just that one little thing? Yeah, that's all you got to do. And then you just stop thinking about it. You just go away. You go home. You go to sleep. And somebody here, be careful, because you're throwing money here and you're throwing money there. You're not really... It's division. I don't like it because it's dividing. It's either dividing money, like as in you are going to be dividing money here and dividing money there. There will also be karma and consequences for such behavior. But whoever I'm talking to, you know that with the Hermit card. That's why this is an issue for you. Here's this risk. It's like, man, if I take this risk and I just work together with this person that I admire, somebody here admires this person. I really want to. I admire this person. Capricorn, they told me this before the reading. They said, I'm off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. And then they, because of the wonderful things he does. So someone here just finds the other person as counsel and wonderful and someone I trust. Okay, if you trust this person so much, why are you hemming and hawing and questioning it? And why is there something illusion and has to be done in the dark? Why does it not feel on the up and up? It's like prepare for the worst, hope for the best, you know? I don't like that energy. Yeah, worst case scenario, your ass out. Because of the 8 of Pentacles, baby. Someone's trying to skip the 8th step. Worst case scenario, you'll be ass out. You'll be 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles literally means put out of your home. You lost your business. You lost. You're an outcast. You now have, instead of having the 7 of Pentacles that you currently have, this good harvest, now if you give this dude, let me tell you something. If you give this dude these 2 Pentacles, this is what I just saw for you. He's gonna run off with it. So what they just showed me is that you're going to take this risk because you admire this person so much. If you give this person this 2 pentacles, you're going to be waiting on them to come back. But then you're going to start calling, and guess what? You're blocked. And then you start telling yourself that it's all these different reasons, or they're giving you excuses, like something came up with their family, or, you know, it's the holidays. They're giving you excuses, a whole wealth of them. And they're going to keep just asking for more in the meantime, okay? There's something here where someone has to make a choice. And I don't know if this person is like, well, who are you going to believe? You're going to believe your family, or are you going to believe me? Because this person is very sexual, and you admire their person for whatever beauty they have. They come across as very confident and sure of themselves. I can tell you something. This person needs help. Whoever you're dealing with, they need help. They are not as confident as you think they are. There is something up with this 8 of Pentacles. They need help with work. Okay? Why do they need help with you? From you, rather. This is somebody who wants you to do all the work. I'm telling you right now, it's 8 of Cups. You need to walk away and debt this. Death card. Debt it. You are telling me that you are very confused, okay? You're confused. And what if this person thinks I don't care? I want you to remember what... I do think I'm talking to a female. I want you to remember what a real father's love feels like. Because there's masculine energy and there's feminine energy, okay? Feminines are receivers. I have a gentleman here asking the woman to do something that she's not comfortable with, and it's around money. There's a female here that knows better. There's also a man here that makes this person feel very happy and very loved. He does. And that's how he's roped you. And he just keeps telling you to be patient, be patient, be patient. And this is enough to satisfy you emotionally. But then this anger always brews again, doesn't it? Because we start building resentment. See, 7 of Swords reverse. You will become very angry when you find out this person ripped you off. Whatever scheme they did, they robbed you. They lied, they stole, they cheated. 7 of Swords reverse means this person's caught. They're caught. Now, I don't know if that means they're going to throw you under the bus, because that's what it looks like. It looks like I have a dude here, okay, who's quite content and happy. And giving someone, just be patient, girl, you know I love you. But I can tell you I have someone else here very... coming after someone. They're coming after them with great force, and they have knowledge. They've been sent because they know something, and this is a lying, sneaky, cheating ass thief. They are caught with their hands in the cookie jar. That means they're caught red-handed. They will be caught for whatever they did, and it feels like there is a female here that will get caught. They're going to take the rap for this dude. Okay, like... he lured you, baby. Somebody here is being lured in with lures, like fishing. Hooked her. You're being this. They're gonna put you on a hook for this, babe. Okay, just understand this was a message from God that somebody here has been really renting a lot of space in your head, and you have had a lot of fear and anxiety about it. Okay, you wanted a message. You told me that off top. You said, what do I do? That's what you asked me. What do I do? Here's your message, baby. You want to know? This shit will pop off, meaning your life will never be the same. Not in a good way. Meaning, does this look like it's the Tower? I know y'all know tarot. This is not going to end well. This is what I call a co-defendant in the United States, okay? There's 2 or 3 people participating in this, okay? I have a co-defendant now in court, in the court of law. All over love, right? For the love of this dude. You need to really think long and hard. And we started off with your strength, okay? We started off with your strength. Think about the discipline that it really takes to get this Ten of Pentacles. The hard work that goes in to family money, wealth, health, having stuff, having something to give to your kids, being proud of who you are. Okay, you need to hold on to that, because something here, there's a lot of hold on. You're getting there. You're getting the 10th pentacle. Why is there so much delay? I also see someone here holding on to someone. Whoever you're holding on to is delaying you from this Ace of Cups. It's delaying you, hon. It's delaying you from being happy. It's delaying you from finding love. And they already told me you were the Queen of Pentacles, because you have put a lot of effort and energy into just the money arena of things. Because the dollar bill. Because one thing you can trust in life is that if I work hard, I'll have nice things. But this love thing, you ain't so sure of. And I see where it's taking you downhill, and I see it happening again in the future. And I see somebody running off with everything you own, everything you worked hard for. There's the Chariot. It's gone. It's the biggest betrayal. And they might have left you $10 on a nightstand. You're going to find out that whoever this was, this Emperor energy, there's a lot of people upset with him. This King of Wands fella, who is attractive, he appears very confident, like he knows what he's talking about. You're going to learn the truth about him, and you're going to learn the truth about all the money he's taken from other businesses. When you spy on my reading, there's a cycle here. It's going to be hard for you, because you're dealing with some type of vultures, and these people will say and do anything to you. If you allow these people to get into your house, you will suffer great loss. Your kids are also going to suffer greatly. You need to think long and hard about this Seven of Pentacles, because right now, if you deduct 2, you may lose your home. And you need to start protecting it and realize that people are after you, because they want you're almost at the 5. If you deduct this 2, baby, you need to protect your 7 of Pentacles, because if this person gets a hold of it, you have the potential to lose everything you have, your home. Are we clear? Are we capiche? Okay, this is a spirit message for you. 6 of Swords is my spirit guide card, baby. This is your destiny that somebody's playing with. There is a judgment on it from this tarot reader, which would be moi, okay? Listen to her, Justice card. She wants you to win, and I do, baby. I want you to win out here in these streets. But you have to understand it comes with doing the right thing and doing the work. Now, this communication from me is not what you wanted to hear. I understand that you are suffering something. We started with the 3 of Swords. This is, you really hoped something. Whatever pipe dream this dude was selling, he's got a big pipe in his hand, okay? You really hoped that I was going to give you a different message. Baby, this fresh idea he has will break your heart. What it is 8 of Wands. Y'all are communicating back and forth quite well right now. And this person could be selling you some type of third-party interference story. Like, oh, the plane, you know, poor me, boo-hoo. You wouldn't believe all these odd circumstances that is keeping me from getting there, keeping me from you, okay? What's going to happen is the fresh idea, you're going to go 9 of Wands. He's going to block you. When he does, it will break your heart. I am telling you, this person is smarter than what they appear, and they're demonic and toxic. They are studying all the hard work that you've put in, and they have picked up on this lack of love in your life. That's what they picked up on, that you were single or in need of love somehow, whether it be family or a boyfriend-girlfriend situation. They really play on your heartstrings. That's it, Capricorn. That's all I have. Take care.